Heroin is a destructive force that tears at the fabric of society. In Vancouver, hundreds of addicts are dying from HIV. In Chicago, drug-related murders happen nearly every day. Perhaps unsurprisingly in America, the government treats heroin addiction as a law enforcement problem. But elsewhere in the world, governments treat it as a medical condition. Switzerland, one of the richest and by reputation most conservative countries in Europe. But during the 1980s and 90s, Switzerland was in the grips of a heroin plague. In the capital, Bern, drug-related crime was through the roof. It was a national disgrace.
I used to live right next to that needle park. It was horrible. People died there. There was petty crime all around in the city. It was just totally out of hand. It was a terrible situation.
In response to a public outcry, the government came up with a revolutionary program, way beyond the clean needles and counseling offered in North America. Free heroin for addicts who meet the criteria, prescribed by doctors, courtesy of the taxpayer. Dr. Christoph Buerki has been part of this radical experiment from the beginning. His clinic in Bern is one of 23 centers around the country that dispense heroin like medicine.
So this is where we keep the heroin. It comes in those 10 grams ampules that will later on be dissolved with sterile water.
Every patient in this clinic receives a controlled dose of pharmaceutical-grade heroin.
And as you can see, it's a transparent, clear fluid. It's nothing compared to that soup-like consistency of the street heroin in a syringe. Here it's 100% pure heroin.
Before Buerki's clinic was established, heroin addiction forced his patients into a life of crime, prostitution, and homelessness. They were disconnected from medical services and addiction treatment.
The type of patient we have in this clinic is a different one. It's a patient that we normally don't get in touch with. They were out on the street, but we didn't really get in touch with. We couldn't really integrate them into a treatment. Now here it's possible. They do come every day.
Karen has turned her life around thanks to her commitment to this radical program.
Seit ich hier bin, hat sich mein Leben sehr verbessert, nur zum Positiven. Durch das, dass ich komme zwar zweimal hier hin, bin in diesem Sinn auch festgebunden an etwas, aber ich habe den Rest von meinem Leben, also von der Zeit, kann ich arbeiten, ich kann Hobbys haben, ich kann Freundschaften pflegen. Ja, eben Zeit, die ich vorher nicht hatte für das.
Dr. Buerki has no illusions as to why his patients come to him.
They come to me because I or my team provides them with the heroin. But through that contact, we can start making other things an issue. We can start working really on mental health issues as well as on other issues in their life. And that's the core value of heroin prescription. It's incredible, and I like it every day. You get in touch with people through this type of treatment that before that in the professional field we did not get in touch with. So this is absolutely fascinating.
The free heroin program may be controversial, but since it began, there's been a 60% drop in felonies committed by its patients, and the societal cost per addict has been halved. The program doesn't solve every problem, but it reduces the impact of heroin addiction on Switzerland.